morning, dear students. I am Miss NAVEDA SHAIKH from Brahan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika MCGM virtual class. I welcome all my dear students to another and interesting session. In today's session, we'll be learning something new and interesting from a science textbook. So let's get started. Good morning, dear students. I am Mrs. NAVEDA SHAIKH from MCGM virtual class. I welcome all my dear students to another and interesting session. In today's class, we'll be learning something new and interesting from your scholarship book. And today we will be starting Unit 6. And in Unit 6, the very first topic is angles and types of angles. We'll be talking about questions based on angles and types of angles, parallel and perpendicular lines. Now, we have to understand the few basic terms that we will be using throughout the chapter and the sums. In the sums, which words are going to be used, आप उसको समझ लो, फिर इसके बाद में we will be solving the sums based on that. Okay. First thing you have to read and understand. The figure formed by two rays that extend from a common point is called an angle. We all know what is an angle. When you have two rays that you can extend from a common point is a angle. Symbol of angle represents the word angle. You can also represent, instead of writing angle word ANGLE, you can directly make this symbol to represent angles. This is what I'm trying to say. You can see AB and BC. You can extend these two rays from a common point where they are meeting at B. जहाँ पर ये दोनों लाइंस मिल रही है वो एक एंगल फॉर्म करता है, that is angle B. In the figure, ray BA and ray BC are the sides of angle ABC. The common point B of the sides BA and BC is called the vertex of angle ABC. Vertex मतलब जहाँ पर दो points meet होते हैं उसे vertex कहते हैं. ठीक है. The name of the angle ABC can be written as CBA or angle B. Okay. So it can be written either ABC or CBA or just angle B. That is also fine. Types of angles, you have right angle which measures 90 degree, acute angle which measures less than 90 degree, then you have obtuse angle which measures more than 90 degree. Okay, so these are the few terms that you need to remember. What is an obtuse angle, what is an acute angle, what is a right angle, what is a symbol for angle, and how do you write down an angle, name the angle properly, what is the vertex. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Right angle, an angle of measure 90 degree is called a right angle. This is a right angle, here you can see. Next is acute angle. An angle which measures less than 90 degree is called an acute angle. Okay? Now this is an acute angle. It measures less than 90 degree. Next you have obtuse angle. An angle which measures more than 90 degree but less than 180 degree. So you have all the three angles here given to you on screen. First is acute angle which is less than 90 degree. Anything less than 90 degree. अगर 89 degree भी है एक angle तो it is a acute angle. ठीक है, 90 degree है तो ही वो right angle होगा. Next is obtuse angle. When you have an angle more than 90 degree. Okay, 91 degree अगर angle है तो भी वो obtuse angle है. But it has to be less than 180 degree. ठीक है, if it is 179 degree then we can say it is obtuse angle. Okay, I hope it is clear to all of you. The very first sum for this topic. What will be the angle between the minute and hour hands at 3 o'clock? Now you have to look at the mirror. You have to look at the clock and see when the clock shows 3 o'clock. You know the small hand will be at 3 and the big will be at 12. Which angle will be formed? Here you can see I have a clock and you can see the angle being formed between 12 and 3. Now at 3 o'clock the hour hand is on 3 and the minutes hand is on 12. The angle between the two is 90 degree, right? Next question. How many angles are formed in the given figure? Which types of angle is formed between the hour hand and the minute hand at 4 o'clock? This question has been asked in 2018 paper, so you should know this. Is it obtuse angle? Is it acute angle? Is it right angle? Or is it a straight angle? Now, straight angle is an angle which measures 180 degree only. Okay, that is a straight angle. Now, this is 4 o'clock. Here you can see the angle between 4 and 12 is more than 90 degree but less than 180 degree. So it is an obtuse angle. Which type of angle is formed between the hands of a clock at 3 hours 45 minutes? So if I have a clock where you have 3 hours 45 minutes, you have to draw it on the paper if you want, so that it becomes clear कि ये hands कहाँ पर रहेंगे. Is it an acute angle? Is it a right angle? Is it an obtuse angle? Or is it a straight angle? Now, जब 3 o'clock हो रहा था, तो we know that at 3 o'clock it will be 90 degree. Okay, it will be a right angle which will be formed at 3 o'clock. जब ये 3 o'clock से टाइम आगे बढ़ता है, 45 मिनट्स पे चले जाएगा मिनट का काटा, तो इट विल बी अ ऑब्ट्यूस एंगल. ये एंगल और बढ़ता चला जाएगा, है ना. So it will form an obtuse angle. So option 3 is the correct option. You can darken number 3. Here you can see I have drawn a clock showing 3:45, 3 hours 45 minutes. So this 3 you can see, जब ये 45 मिनट्स पे जाता है तो ये एंगल जो फॉर्म हो रहा है, इट इज मोर देन 90 डिग्री एंड लेस देन 180 डिग्री. सो इट इज एन ऑब्ट्यूस एंगल. Which type of angle is formed between the hands of a clock at 9 o'clock? Here I have a clock showing 9 o'clock, right? 9 बज रहा है ये घड़ी में. Which type of angle is formed between the hands of a clock at 9 o'clock? Is it acute angle? Is it right angle? Is it obtuse angle? Or is it straight angle? So here you can see the angle formed between 9 and 12 is 90 degree, right? So it is a right angle. Clear? Everybody can see that 9 o'clock अगर exact हो रहा है तो it is forming a right angle, that is 90 degree. Which of the following figure is of an obtuse angle? Here you have 3 figures given to you. First one, second and third. You have to tell me which one is an obtuse angle. Obtuse angle का मतलब होता है more than 90 degree. So first angle seems to be smaller than 90 degree. Second one seems to be 90 degree. And the third one is greater than 90 degree. So option number 3. You can circle out option number 3 as the correct option. How many angles are there in the figure? Now, if you get a question like this, you have to remember a simple trick. Here you have to add the angles here. See, not how will you add it? Instead of counting the numbers one by one angle, you just have to remember there is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Right? 4 angles are being formed here. You have to simply add them all. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. When you add them, you will get it will be equal to 10. Right? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 10. So the correct alternative is alternative number 4. This is how you will solve the sums when you have this type of a question where you have many angles given to you. आप लोग count करते बैठोगे कि हाँ ये कितने angles हुए. That time you will make a mistake and waste your time also. So it is a simple trick that you can use. We will be having one more sum to solve like this only. So you will have one more sum coming up, which will give you a practice as to how to solve this type of a sum. Okay. How many angles are there in the figure? Again, here you have the same type of a question. Your angles are given to you. You have to see how many angles are there in the figure. Now you have to simply add them. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. When you add them, you will get the answer. Okay. 1, 2, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 is equal to 15. So option number 3 is 15 and you get the correct answer. Okay, so if you get sums like this, you have to solve it like this. You can simply add how many angles are there and add the numbers. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5. अगर आगे होता तो 6 भी ऐड करते हैं. ठीक है, इससे कम होता तो कम ऐड करेंगे. Alright. How many angles are formed in the given figure? Option 1, 5, 6, 7 or 4. Now here you have the diagram given to you of the angles. Now as I told you that you have to simply count the angles and add them up. Okay, so this is my first angle 1, this is second 2 and this is third 3. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 which is equal to 6. So option number 2 is my correct option. Alright, so this is how you solve the sums like this. Please do not make any silly mistakes of counting, sitting and counting each and every angle. Okay, that way you will make confusion and get a wrong answer. Okay, this is a small trick and tip to solve the sum and you have to count the number of angles. What type of angle is made between the hands of a clock when hand is between 6 and 7 and the minute hand is on 5? So here this is a clock where you can see the hand is in between 6 and 7, small hand, hour's hand. Okay, 6 और 7 के बीच में there is a small hand, hour's hand, and the minute's hand is on 5. Which type of an angle is being formed here? Okay, is it more than 90 degree? Is it less than 90 degree? Is it 90 degree? According to that, is it acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle or a straight angle? So everybody here you can see the angle which is being formed here. It is less than 90 degrees. It is small, right? So it is an acute angle. Alright, so it is an acute angle which is being formed between the two hands of the clock. What is the angle made between the stretched thumb and the index finger? Now here you can see my stretched thumb and the index finger. The first finger after the thumb. Okay, that is the index finger. Is it acute angle? Is it right angle? Is it obtuse angle? Or is it straight angle? Now if you see this angle which is being formed is more than 90 degree. If I stretch it out, it will not be completely 90 degree. Okay, it is more than 90 degree. So it is an obtuse angle. It is saying what is the angle between stretched thumb and the index finger. Stretched. Now this is not completely stretched thumb, but if you stretch your thumb and your index finger, this picture I have taken to show you which is the index finger. Okay, so if you stretch both the things like the thumb also and the index finger also, it is going to make an angle of 180 degree. Okay, more than 90 degree and less than 180 degree. So it is an obtuse angle. Okay. The next topic that we are going to start today after angles and types of angles is parallel lines. In geometry, parallel lines can be defined as two lines in the same plane that are at equal distance from each other and never meet. Here these lines that you see are called as parallel lines. Two lines will be there. इसको आप लोग कितना भी ये दोनों हमेशा एक दूसरे से इक्विडिस्टेंट रहेंगे. Now parallel lines के example you must have seen the railway tracks. जब हमारी गाड़ी चलती है ना, जो दोनों पटरी होती है वो parallel होती है एक दूसरे के. It doesn't cross each other. Okay, जो पटरी चल रही है वो एक दूसरे के parallel ही रहती है. The distance between are same. So that is why we say it is a parallel line. तो parallel line के बीच में जो distance होगा, it will be always equal because that is the reason it will never intersect each other. मतलब एक दूसरे से कभी meet नहीं होंगे. कितना भी उसे आगे draw करेंगे ना, अगर वो equidistant है तो वो दोनों कभी भी meet नहीं करते. Okay, they never meet. Next is perpendicular lines. The perpendicular lines are two lines that intersect each other and the angle formed between the two lines should be equal to 90 degrees. Here you can see the two lines, line AB and line CD. These two lines are intersecting, they are coming and they are cutting each other at a point and they are forming an angle. and that angle is 90-degree angles. Okay, it is forming a right angle. So a perpendicular line are two lines that intersect each other, and the angle formed between the two lines should be equal to 90-degree. Then we say that the two lines are perpendicular lines. In which of the following alternatives are the lines parallel? The large quadrilateral drawn on a field, the blades of a fan, sprouting of two branches from the fork of a trunk, or the opposite edges of a rectangular table. Now, all these options that you see, the large quadrilateral drawn on a field, अगर हम लोग field के ऊपर quadrilateral draw करेंगे, तो the lines are not parallel to each other. Okay, they are not equidistant from each other. तो अगर आप लोग उसे extend करोगे, तो they might meet at a point. The blades of a fan, they are also not parallel to each other. Okay. Next is sprouting of two branches फ्रॉम द फोर्क ऑफ अ ट्रंक. अगर हम लोग ब्रांचेस देखते हैं तो जब ब्रांचेस निकलती हैं तो वो भी पैरेलल नहीं होती हमेशा. कभी कभी जरूरी नहीं है कि दे आर ऑलवेज एट इक्वी डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम ईच अदर. दे माइट और दे माइट नॉट. So that is also not the correct option. The last option, that is the opposite edges of a rectangular table. If you have a rectangular table, we know that a rectangular table के जो बीच का जो distance होगा दोनों sides का वो same होगा. That is why you will have a proper rectangle being formed. ठीक है, opposite sides are of the same length, so that makes them equidistant from each other, right? So the fourth option is the correct alternative, that is the opposite edges of a rectangular table are parallel lines. Which of the following is not an example of perpendicular line? Perpendicular line सबको पता है. What is a perpendicular line? A railway line. As I told you, railway line is not an example. Here it is saying which of the following is not an example of perpendicular line. Railway line, I explained you, a railway line always runs parallel because the trains have to move properly, and that is why the जो tracks होते हैं, railway lines होती है, वो हमेशा parallel होती है. Next is electric pole and the rod. जब आप लोगों ने कभी भी on the street, if you have seen electric poles and the wire, they are always mostly they are perpendicular. Next, the opposition of the minute hand and the hour hand at 9. When you see 9 o'clock, when it is 9 o'clock in the watch, you will see that the 9 and the 9 के ऊपर जो hand है, the hour's hand and the minute's hand, they make an angle of 90 degree. Means if you extend them, it will form a perpendicular line, right? Next is the surface of the table. The adjacent sides of a rectangle are parallel to each other. Adjacent मतलब आजू बाजू का, ठीक है, not opposite. Are perpendicular to each other, intersect each other at an acute angle, or they intersect each other at an obtuse angle. So adjacent sides of a rectangle, like if I can make a rough figure of a rectangle, this is how a rectangle looks, right? Okay, it is a rough figure. So the adjacent side, this side and this side, are they parallel? No, so this is not true. Are perpendicular to each other? Yes. See, अगर हम लोग इसे extend करेंगे तो it is going to form a 90-degree angle. We all know that the angles formed between in a rectangle and a square are 90 degrees. So this is a correct option. Okay, so if you have got the correct option, you don't need to go again below and check it. Two parallel lines dash each other. This sum had come in 2018. Two parallel lines intersect each other. Two parallel lines after extending intersect each other, or never intersect each other, or are perpendicular to each other. Now, as I told you that parallel lines will never intersect each other. So option number 3. Option number 3 is never intersect each other. Okay, that is the correct option. In the given figure, ABCD is divided into two triangles by drawing the diagonals AC. Every triangle has three angles. Now, every triangle here has three angles. How many angles are there in the given figure? Now, it is this sum. You have to solve it for homework and give the correct alternative in the comment section below with an explanation as to how did you get this. Okay. Now, we have solved a sum similar to this. How many angles are there in all, right? Remember that sum? Like that, you can take help of it, or you can use your own brains and get the answer. Is it 4? Is it 6? Is it 8? Or is it 10? Okay, so pay attention to the question, take some hints from the question, and then try to solve the sum. I hope with this everything is clear to all my students. If you have any doubts and queries regarding this topic, you can ask us in the comment section below. If you have any sums that you would like us to solve, you can write down the sum on in the comment section, and we will try to solve the sums as soon as possible. Please see to it that you try more and more sums from your scholarship books so that you get good marks and a good understanding about the particular topic. All right, thank you. This session was quite useful to you. In the next coming period, we'll learn something new and interesting. Till then, thank you.